Welcome back to 10 Minute Tuesday. I'm your host, Matt Lear. And this week we have Father's Day approaching us very fast. And I want to just get honest about that. And before you click off and say I'm not a father, this podcast is going to apply to you. So Father's Day is a day that we get celebrated as fathers for, the work that we've done. And the truth is, if you've been a good father or you've been a bad father, you're probably going to get a Father's Day card that says you've been a good father and that, they love you, because that's just what we do on that day. And I believe vulnerability is a value here at the dojo. And we are vulnerable so we can help each other learn and move forward in life. But I think we owe it to the people around us and we owe it to ourselves to have an honest look at how we are performing. We all have different roles we play throughout life. And if I'm going to be vulnerable with you and be honest, as I look at my performance as a father this year, I don't think it's dismal. I don't think I was a bad father. Has it been my greatest, go at it? I don't think so. I've been sidetracked with creating a new business and starting the dojo. All excuses, by the way. There's no reason not to give my all the time. And it just hit me when I was thinking about this Sunday coming up. I'm like, man, I just don't think, I've really performed at my best. And I don't know if you can always perform at your best. I want to think that you can if you are intentional and you work towards it. But maybe that's the most we can ask, is that we are intentional and we keep striving to give our best to all of the different parts we play in our lives, right? And one way to do that is just having an honest assessment of ourselves. And this is going to pertain to deer hunting, so don't click out yet. If you want to be a killer and you want to have success in the woods and you want to enjoy your time in the woods, it is crucial that the other parts of our lives are in balance and performing well. Because you're going to get out there and you're going to be stressed out because you feel like, you failed in a certain area or you procrastinated in a certain area, and that, that deadline is dooming at work and looming, and you didn't, get it done. And so you're not going to enjoy your time out in the woods and you're not going to be focused. So all of this pertains to finding success in the woods. But the dojo is all about, our mission is helping hunters, achieve their best in the woods and in life. And so a tool that I use to assess myself is called the life wheel. And I want to run this through really quick. You can add as many different roles that you play, because we all play different roles, to this wheel. But think of it as a wheel. So you draw a circle and then you cut it into pie shapes, right? Little pie slices. And each slice is a role you play in your life. And then you kind of color it in, if you color in that piece of the pie all the way to the edge, that means you're hitting a 10 and you're doing amazing. 5 is you're right in the middle. You're kind of like doing okay. You're not doing bad. And anything below 5, you're really struggling. The goal is to get all of those pieces of the pie to a 10. And as you color them in, what you're going to find out is your wheel isn't going to be round. And it's hard to roll through life if your wheel is not the same shape. So it'll give you an idea of where to put your focus. The other thing I want to say about this, though, is the tendency is to go, oh my gosh, this pie has, 5 pieces that are well behind the other ones. I'm going to focus on this piece. Unfortunately, in life, we don't get that luxury to just focus on one area of life at a time. So we really need to, nurture and invest into all the pieces of the pie. But at different times in our life, we're going to invest into some more. But you can never neglect the other ones, else they're going to start to, go flat. Does that make sense? Draw a circle, make pie shapes, color them in, and see how round your wheel is. And the goal is to get your wheel as round as possible and to the edges. Okay, you rank it 1 through 10, color it in. So these relationships that I think we all have, one area is personal development, self. What are you doing to develop yourself on a regular basis to become the best version of you? So then you color that in. I have a daily practice of personal development, and I do that every day. I color it into a 10, or I do it, every other week. Maybe that's a 5, or I haven't looked at personal development ever. And it's just a little color into like a 1, right? The next one is our work, career, or business. Depends on the role that you play there. How you doing at work? Are you giving your all every day? That's a 10. You're striving, like people are recognizing your work. You're growing in your ability to take on new responsibility. I just show up every day. I'm not missing work, but I'm not really excelling. That's like a 5. And man, work and career is struggling. I'm below that. How's your health and physical fitness? Do you have a daily regimen of physical fitness? Are you eating well? Are you eating clean? Are you taking your vitamins? Have you gone to the doctor? All that stuff. Financially, how are you doing? Are you able to, put money away and save? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? Are you in debt? Recreational fun. I named this one hunting because I have, very specific goals in around hunting. And so how do I feel like I'm performing in my recreational, my fun activity, my hunting? This one's super important. Our spouse, our wife, our girlfriend, our fiance. Are we investing in that relationship? Where's that at if we're honest with ourselves? Is that a 10? Is that a 5? I really think relationships need to be as close to 10 as possible. Spiritual. This is a relationship to me as well. How are you connecting with your creator? Or, if that's not how you look at spirituality, how do you look at spirituality? How does your soul feel right now? Are you investing in that on a regular basis? Family, I like to break this down to more pieces. I have 3 children, and so I'm going to break it down to a piece for each child. How am I doing with Junior? How am I doing with my middle one? How am I doing with my youngest? Because you can find out that you're actually a little, you could be off with one and good with the others. But also, like, what other roles do you play? And how you doing with as a child? Are you investing in your parents, your siblings? And the last one is friends. We all need each other. Another pillar of the dojo is community because we go further together. And so how are we investing in our friendships? Have you been a good friend? Have been reaching out, talking to your friends, checking in on them, letting them know that you care, you spending time with them? Now, that sounds like a lot of roles, and I would love to simplify it for you and tell you that, you don't need to be that busy, but you know what? In order to find fulfillment in life, we do. We can't help but know, like, we can't control these relationships that we have in the sense of, like, you need them. Now, you don't need 100 friends, right? But you need 1 or 2 good friends, someone who's going to course correct you, someone that you can count on, and then also someone that can count on you. And we're going to have to deal with our finances. We're going to have to deal with work, our health. We can't ignore those things, right? Our spirituality, we can't ignore that. We need to go have fun. We need to have family. This is the bare minimum of relationships. And so how are you scoring today on all those things? So then the thing here is you score them, and if you have a low score, it's not doomsday. Man, that's power. You can go out and you can Google these things and how to repair those. There's enough information out there, and you can take your life in control. But in order to control your life and to control the outcomes, you have to know where you're at. So I want to highly encourage you to do this. And I promise you, if you do this and you take action and you make a plan and you take steps every day to maintain these pie slices, you will find more joy in life and more joy in the woods and more success. I have posted a visual of the Wheel of Life tool on the post for this podcast. So go over to Instagram, Mobile Hunters Dojo, Facebook, Mobile Hunters Dojo, and find the post for 10 Minute Tuesday this week. And on the back end of it, as you scroll through it, you will find a visual of the Wheel of Life. If you have any questions about how to use it, feel free to send me a DM and I will definitely help you navigate that. It's pretty easy, But at first, it might not feel intuitive. So just shoot me a DM and I will be happy to help you. That's all. We're at 10 minutes. I hope this is a blessing for you today.